Nyles has lost track of how many times he has woken up on the same day, November 9th, next to his girlfriend Misty, who is frantically preparing to be a bridesmaid at the wedding of Tala and Abe. The only person seemingly uninterested in the wedding festivities is the bride's sister, Sarah, who looks as if she's just lost her husband. During the evening's speech segment, Sarah is called upon to speak. "Why didn't anyone tell me about this?" she asks, only to be brusquely pushed towards the stage. Suddenly, Nyles swoops in to save the moment, taking the microphone and delivering a rousing speech praising the bride's wonderful character and the groom's passable looks, ending with a toast that wins the crowd's applause. Sarah can't shake the feeling that Nyles is always watching her. As it turns out, at the evening reception, Nyles makes his move. "Ha, you're Misty's boyfriend, and now you're hitting on me? What would she think?" Sarah scoffs. "I think she wouldn't care," Nyles replies, pulling Sarah along to witness his girlfriend's clandestine affair with another man, a scene that is both intense and pitiful. Sarah's gaze shifts to one of sympathy. "So, do you want to be with me?" "I do. Let's not get carried away. Misty is still around. All right, let's just consider this community service." They head out to a remote area where Nyles is about to prove his manliness when suddenly, an arrow strikes. An armed man emerges and starts attacking Nyles. Despite taking another arrow, Nyles manages to hide behind a rock, while the assailant, unable to find him, retreats into a glowing red cave after vowing to kill him next time. As soon as the coast is clear, Nyles starts crawling towards the cave, warning Sarah, "Stay back, don't come any closer," before being sucked into the red light. The next thing he knows, Nyles wakes up again on November 9th, with his girlfriend Misty preparing for the wedding, everything repeating itself. This time, however, Sarah has followed him into the loop.
"What did you do to me? Get out of the water!"
It turns out, Sarah didn't heed Nyles' warning and followed him into the glowing cave. Now, she too is trapped in the time loop. "This is all your fault," she accuses Nyles. The bride rushes over to break up the fight, only to trip and fall, knocking out 3 of her teeth. "Great. Now everything is ruined," Nyles explains. "You probably figured it out by now. We're stuck in this time loop. The good news is, no matter what you do today, everything resets tomorrow. It's pretty awesome, right?" Sarah is not convinced and wants out. She heads back to the cave, trying to break the loop, but ends up back at the wedding day again. She even tries driving out of town for an entire day. But as soon as she falls asleep, she wakes up back at the wedding.
Sarah.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi.
Wake up.
Sarah, what? Sarah, what are you doing?
Get dressed. I can't be here anymore.
Oh my god. Are you fucking cheating on me?
No. You're cheating on me, you goof.
Wait, what?
Nyles advises Sarah to accept their fate. "I've tried everything you're doing. Even death only resets the day. This isn't logical." Determined to test the theory, Sarah floors the gas pedal, aiming to crash. Nyles, having prepared for this, unbuckles his seatbelt. "What are you doing?" Sarah asks. "This way we die faster. The pain is real even if we reset." Seeing his point, Sarah follows suit. After several failed attempts to escape, Sarah resigns to her fate. She becomes curious about the mysterious man trying to kill Nyles. "Oh, that's Roy. I met him at the wedding. We hit it off and ended up in the time loop together. Roy woke up hating me for it and now swears to kill me every time he sees me. It's fine though. I usually manage to avoid him for weeks at a time." Nyles tells Sarah that living in a time loop has its perks. Unlimited money, endless parties, and no consequences. "We can do whatever we want because everything resets." "But how many people have you hooked up with during this loop?" Sarah asks. "Quite a few, almost everyone at the wedding. Though, even tried hitting on the bride once," Nyles admits.
May I cut in? It's the first dance. And that's a deal breaker?
And that didn't work?
It was a big swing.
Sarah suddenly realizes something. "Wait a minute. Have you hooked up with me?" "I don't think so. I got bored recently though." "And who else?" "Your parents." "Oh no." "Well, we might as well make the most of it."
Coming. Oh, Sarah?
Didn't work. Life is meaningless. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god. Are you fucking cheating on me? What? This isn't funny. Okay, stop. I'm serious. Stop copying me.
Stop pretending like you know everything!
From that day forward, Nyles and Sarah begin to enjoy their bizarre reality. They soak up the sun by the pool, play shooting games on mountaintops, and engage in wild adventures. Whose photo is this? That's the jerk who stole my wife. They went on a joyride, crashed, and even stole a plane, which they promptly nose-dived into the wilderness. Every day, they provoke the cowboys at the local bar, leading to brawls or wreaking havoc at the wedding, pulling pranks on Misty, or outright sabotaging the wedding.
There's a bomb in the cake. Don't worry. I used to be a bomb guy. Everyone stand back!
Oh my God! Cry out! You son of a bitch! You ruined my plans!
Sarah, the sister of the bride, and based on her accent, from origins unknown. I'll take her dead or alive.
Put the weapon down.
Fine. Then it's to be hand-to-hand combat then.
Oh my God! Niles!
Amidst this chaotic lifestyle, the two lonely hearts start to grow closer. Predictably, they eventually hook up. Nyles earns the universal achievement of not leaving anyone out. But the next morning, Sarah wakes up, not recalling the night fondly, and is hurriedly ushered away by Abe, her sister's fiancé. Turns out, Sarah's a bit of a mess herself. She wakes up in her brother-in-law's bed, a daily reminder of her indiscretions due to the time loop. She's determined to escape. One day, while driving recklessly with Nyles, Sarah spots a police car in pursuit. She throws a can at the police car, instigating a chase. "What are you doing?" Nyles shouts. "I've never fought the police before," Sarah retorts. "That's not just any cop. It's Roy. We should definitely mess with him so he stops coming after us." The police car doors open, and it's indeed Roy, ready to kill Nyles. But before he can, Sarah rams the car, severely injuring Roy. Another officer arrives and orders them to surrender. Roy dies and enters the loop again, while Nyles and Sarah are arrested. "What are you thinking?" Nyles asks Sarah. "Even in a time loop, you can't just act recklessly," Nyles says. "Even if people forget, hurting them leaves a mark on your conscience." "Forget conscience. I'm helping you," Sarah snaps. "This isn't help. It's childish. This behavior is why you're stuck in this loop." Nyles retorts. "Is that so? If I knew you were this arrogant, I'd never have gotten involved with you." Sarah responds. "Give me a break. We've hooked up thousands of times. I know you better than you know yourself." Nyles admits. "You what?" Sarah exclaims. "Okay, fine," Nyles concedes. "Yes, we've been together before. You're easy to connect with. Just a speech at the wedding and showing you my girlfriend's infidelity. And you're hooked." Sarah, hurt, stands up and is immediately hit by a truck. As the loop resets, Nyles finds himself alone again. Several loops pass without any sign of Sarah, returning to his solitary existence. One day, Nyles catches a whiff of Sarah's scent in the groom's room, realizing what happened. He storms the wedding, causing chaos, and exposes the groom's affair with the bride's sister. "Everyone, listen up. The groom's a cheat. He was with the bride's sister last night." Misty confronts him, asking what he's doing. "Shut up and keep flirting with my buddy," he snaps. A fight ensues, but as the loop resets, everything returns to normal. Exhausted, Nyles seeks out Roy and confesses, "Come on, kill me, torture me." This time, Roy, who is teary-eyed, explains how he has come to appreciate the time loop because it allows him to be with his loved ones forever. His daughter rides a unicorn, his son waters plants with him, and everything is beautiful. Nyles is moved and decides to make the most of his infinite life by doing meaningful things. Roy asks, "Are you staying for dinner or heading out?" "I suggest we don't see each other again." "Fine, but give me a lift. It's rush hour." Meanwhile, Sarah has been busy. Determined to break the loop, she dives into quantum physics, analyzing the data around the glowing cave. She spends 500 years acquiring knowledge, eventually surpassing even the most seasoned professors. Sarah discovers a method to break the time loop by using an explosion to disrupt the temporal anomaly. She rushes to Nyles to explain. "We're trapped in a box with a 3.2-second window during the reset. We can use an explosion to escape." Nyles, now content with their reality, is hesitant. "I don't want to leave. I want to stay here with you. Won't you get bored with just us?" Sarah asks. "We have Roy," Nyles replies. "But this isn't real," Sarah insists. "And going back will be any better? It'll just be a mess. Ask the audience what they think." Nyles counters. Determined, Sarah decides to go alone. "Goodbye, Nyles. I hope you're happy here." That evening, Sarah attends her sister's wedding, wishing her happiness and warning her brother-in-law to treat her well or face her wrath. Alone, she heads to the cave with the bomb. As she prepares to enter, Nyles arrives. Wait, I admit I was scared. But now I realize I need to face things. I need a living you. Let's do this together. It might tear us apart, Sarah warns. If it does, then at least we go out together. They enter the cave and set off the bomb, ending the loop. The next day, Nyles and Sarah enjoy the sun by the pool, realizing they're in a neighbor's yard. The neighbor's return signals the end of the loop.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing in our pool?
As a final touch, there's a small twist. Before leaving the loop, Nyles told Roy about the escape plan. Roy finds Nyles at the wedding, confused but intrigued. Can we really escape? Roy asks, what escape? Who are you? Nyles responds, clearly having no memory of Roy. Perplexed, Roy realizes Nyles has already broken free and decides to enjoy the loop for a couple more years. This brings our story to a close. It's a brilliantly fun movie that leaves you pondering about life's endless possibilities. If you could reset every day, what would you do differently?